Hey guys! Quick disclaimer, I'm re-recording this episode. Unfortunately, when I went back to listen to it and edit it, there was a huge buzzing and hissing noise around every time I talked. So that was kind of distracting, and since this is a rather important episode, since it's Valentine's Day and all, I didn't think that would be very nice to listen to. So I'm re-recording, so I apologize, my reactions will not be fresh, but this will hopefully be more pleasant to your eardrums. Alright, let's get back into this. On Friday morning, the Valentine's Day deliveries arrive. From Donald, I receive a paper card with an eyeball, an insect, a plant, a letter, and a sheep. And I deciphered half of this. I was like, I believe? And then I was stuck at the letter and sheep. I'm like, I believe, ba? But what it really means. It must be a pun. Oh, I believe in you. It's good. He must have ordered these for everyone on Wolf Hall. That was nice of him. William sent me a card with a poem on it about how he's always thinking of me. As a friend. He and I need to talk. Luke sent a flimsy scrap of paper with a knocking joke on it. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be funny or funny because it's not funny. That's all. I didn't buy Luke a card. So I'm gonna do that at some point. Ah yes, the Damien music we need for this confrontation. This has gone on long enough. It's time to settle it. William.
Franco?
Did you get my Valentine? Because I got yours.
Yes, it was very nice.
That's all you have to say. Nice. Are you completely oblivious? Were you going to do this all year long? Spend time with me, act like I'm special, and then brush it off with nice? You are not a stupid guy. You know you're attractive. And you know that I know that you like boys. So when are you going to acknowledge that I am more than just another little brother? I am tired of sitting around being nice and waiting for you to notice me. Woo! Go Franco! Such a confident boy. There's some scattered clapping and laughter from nearby tables.
Did you have to do this here?
If you'd come by for a proper Valentine's, I wouldn't have had to.
Look, Franco, I'm flattered, but I'm a senior. You're a freshman. It's not right.
Professor Potsdam said age was no barrier. Hitting in with that Potsdam knowledge.
That woman does not always have people's best interests in mind. I'm not just any senior, I'm your senior. The one who was assigned to guide and protect you, to be a role model. And if you're following my lead, then leading you into a relationship would be an abuse of authority. I know what it's like to be taken advantage of. I will not treat someone else like I was treated.
I'm not following your lead. I'm the one trying to convince you. Didn't you trust me to handle Damien? Didn't I take care of myself then? We just started throwing out the, don't you remember when we did this and I did that and you did this and stuff? Huh? Don't you remember, man? Didn't I tell you not to patronize me when we talked about Grabner? Didn't you admit you'd been underestimating me? I am not that weak-willed.
Franco, you know I'm graduating at the end of the year. Anything I start now has to end.
You know I'm going home at the end of the year, right? So what difference does it make to me? Any relationship I have here has to end. In fact, you're the one person I might get to see again because you're graduating. I say it without thinking, but it's true. William even said it once before. There's no reason why he can't visit me once I'm home. Assuming I ever tell him the truth about who I am and where I live, that is. Would knowing the truth about my family responsibilities change his opinion of me? Or would it only make him more determined to protect me? And I was like, yes, tell him. And not only because I want to know more info. It's 95% the reason. There's something else you should know. But not here. I am certainly not going to let slip any hint of my identity with the whole school watching. Are you done with your lunch?
More or less.
Then come with me. I am slightly surprised that William chose to follow me without argument. Less surprised that no one else tried to follow or interfere. They are decent people here. They will watch the entertainment if we argue in public, but they are not rude enough to demand more. So good. I step into my room where William's friendly Valentine still lies atop my desk. William follows after.
What's this about?
I reach into my drawer and draw out the box of copper filigree. Do you know what this is? One of your family's guests might have had one.
No. It's a pretty box, though. Does that come from your family?
Very much so. It's a message chest. They're used by noble families to send letters through the other world.
Noble?
Franco is not my birth name.
Shock.
You could probably find out who I am if you tried hard enough, but I would really prefer it if you didn't. I came here to interact with people like a normal teenager, to make friends without pressure. But I've never been completely normal here. That's why I have this room to myself. That's why you were assigned to help me. My parents and the professors arranged it that way.
If it's all such a secret, why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to understand. I'm not a child lost in the woods that's clinging to your robes. I am my family's heir. You're trying to make decisions about your future. So am I. The questions aren't the same, but the soul of them is. You are the person I am closest to in this school. We may only have a few months left to enjoy it. And as my family's heir, I release you from any responsibility you may feel to protect me.
Making a man's challenge, are you?
Are you man enough to accept it?
I don't know.
He lays a hand on my shoulder.
I won't deny that I've thought about you. In ways that I felt guilty about afterwards.
Woo!
But I've had bad luck with relationships.
Isn't there an English saying, third time is a lucky charm?
You are trouble.
Let's be troubled together.
Yeah! That escalation! This is still so satisfying. I also got the kissing achievement at this point. Just FYI.
I'm not sure which one of us moves first, but it doesn't matter. This is both of us doing what we've wanted all along.
Yes. Yes, for all of it.
After a moment, we part for air.
You know, I don't think you managed to get any lunch. We should get you back out there so you don't starve.
I roll my eyes. Yes, big brother.
Oh no, don't start calling me that.
My secret is in his hands. But they're good hands.
Winku winku, as I'm sure you'll find out, Franco. Or whatever your real name is.
Footsteps in the hall signal the usual Saturday morning distributions, but nothing for me.
And so I went to study.
There are many students in the library, but Minnie is not among them.
But I still got smarter. Alright, so now we have our diary. And I think this is where we begin. William's words.
William appeared to be dropping a hint to me about Valentine's Day.
Valentine's?
The student council was taking orders for Valentine's today. I placed orders for William and Donald.
Season of romance.
Professor Potsdam explained to the new students that romantic relationships are allowed at the school as long as all parties knowingly consent and no pregnancies are caused.
Valentine's?
Valentines were delivered this morning.
And William's hot.
I confessed my feelings to William. He protested at first, worrying that he might be abusing his authority over me, but I convinced him that I was approaching him as an equal.
Thank goodness. It finally happened.
In the evening, students are summoned from their dorm rooms by figures wearing hoods and masks who lead us outside. We are seated in groups around an area of scorched earth where a bonfire once stood. Each hall's students sit together, as best as I can tell in the dark. The night air is frigid. It is only the press of so many bodies close together, plus our thick winter robes and capes, that allows us to bear the cold. Potsdam calls forward the seniors of each hall to walk into the center of the burned ground and stir through the dormant ashes with a long wooden pole.
The old year has died. The past is gone and will not come again. Let us leave behind our sorrows in the ashes of the past. As these ashes become soil, so may our hearts become the ground of the future.
After all the seniors have turned over the ashes, Potsdam signals the staff and the class presidents to come forward bearing new wood.
Let the new year be born!
The class presidents turn their attentions to the wood, summoning up magical sparks to fall among the branches. A light flickers, then another and another, until at last curls of orange flame begin to blossom and the fire is rekindled.
Now we need an omen for the new year. If anyone here has been experiencing a recurring dream and would like to share it with us.
The only dreams that repeat for me are those of my home. That's not an omen I wish to share. There is silence for a few moments as students examine their thoughts in the light of the new fire, their faces warm and their backs cold. Eventually, Angela climbs to her feet. She tells us a dream about finding a pink birthday cake in a field and taking it for herself, but when she cuts into the cake, it's made of sand and it collapses.
Meditate on this dream and what meaning it might have for your lives in the new year.
To me, the symbol suggests that something which was once desired might turn out to be less valuable than expected.
Now, be joyous, and may the seeds of the past bear fruit in you all.
After she finishes speaking, everyone stands up and dances in the light of the new fire until it's time to return to our rooms and sleep.
I think at this point I was wondering if we'd had the thunder call yet, and I don't think we did.
Someone is knocking on my door.
Hi, Minnie.
Good morning. I'm letting all the freshmen know that there's an exam this Friday.
Thanks for letting me know.
Okay, bye.
What should I do this week?
So it's too late for us to go in the dungeons. I, of course, had foreknowledge this time that there was an exam happening, but I thought I would repeat what I had done the first time around. So, no cheatsy doodling that particular thing. And we should be learning new spells this week. Alright.
Fire. The control of fire and the failure to control fire is the blessing and the downfall of civilization. The element of fire is swift and unpredictable. It can and will turn on you in an instant. Never relax your guard. Today we will be summoning the smallest possible amount of fire, a single spark.
He points his hand at a thick wooden block set up on top of a desk. A glimmer of red drifts from his fingertip to the wooden surface and disappears, leaving only a tiny black mark.
A spark will sting your flesh, but the damage done is too small to serve as anything more than a warning.
so it's not really an attack spell. It wouldn't do much against a monster.
However, if that spark were to strike a different target...
This time he points at a glass bowl containing some scraps of paper. The spark falls from his fingers, and the bowl is suddenly engulfed in a burst of yellow-orange flame. Before I can blink, the fire and the paper in the bowl have vanished, burnt up in a flash.
Even this spark can create a fire which will grow far beyond its original constraints. Always consider your environment. While there are circumstances in which you might be able to use the spell offensively, it is primarily a tool. You need only one spark to light a candle or a campfire, far more useful in your life than any combat.
Spark. A spark strikes the target, which may catch fire if it's something likely to burn. Very situational, but can be useful. Alright, and now for green. Now, my little jumping beans, are you all feeling energetic today?
Actually, I feel great, because I have low stress.
Well, whether you're ready or not, you will be in a moment.
There's something strangely mischievous in the way she says that.
Today, rather than use the magic of life to heal yourselves, you will learn to use it to improve yourselves. Your own pattern will always be the easiest to adjust. After all, you know yourselves best. However, tinkering with your own life energy is a dangerous prospect. Remember, changes should be subtle and gentle. By enhancing yourself, you can increase your strength and physical durability for a short period of time. This might allow you to push a heavy obstacle out of the way, or to survive an attack which would otherwise overpower you. But remember, the increase in health is only temporary, but injuries you sustain are not. A wound which seemed unimportant in your enhanced state might prove too much for your normal self. How might you handle that problem?
Virginia raises her hand.
Cast the enhancement spell again. Then it won't wear off and you can be even stronger.
Oh my. Well, I suppose that is one way. But you might find it more sustainable to heal yourself first. Boost strength. Focuses the caster's life energy to temporarily increase physical strength and health. Bonus health will be lost when the spell ends. And I can't remember if that is the spell that allows you to jump over holes in dungeons.
Someone has slipped a note under the door to my room. I pick it up and read.
This is amazing. The beautiful old simple songs that make us laugh and cry, that sing of dying loveliness in words that cannot die, of how the fields were gold in May with daffodils a-row, and all the birds made holiday 600 years ago. The grass is just as green today, the distant hill is blue. The birds are just as glad as then, the lovers just as true. And though I must perforce be dumb, who have no skill to sing, I am as deep in love, as is the year in spring.
On the other side,
since we aren't allowed to recite love poems at club, I thought I'd send you this one, even if we're not deep in spring yet. Are you free this weekend? William.
I grin. Looks like I've got a date.
And suddenly that exam doesn't look so bad. I love that he wrote us a love poem. Okay. Another spell time.
Professor Possum walks around the room, her position marked by the jingling of her bells.
Now, imagine, if you will, that you found a lovely piece of jewelry in a hidden hoard. Or, for those of you who would never steal, that someone has gifted it to you.
Is it actually stealing to take treasure from a dungeon?
I still haven't found any treasure in the dungeons. This worries me. Before you put it on your lovely new acquisition, how can you tell if it is safe? After all, a cursed ring might snap shut and bite your finger clean off. The wise witch always checks for charms. Determining the exact nature of an enchantment laid upon an object requires focus and experience. As freshmen, for the most part, you will only be able to tell if an object is enchanted, but not how. An enchanted object might be cursed to explode when touched, or blessed to grant protection when carried. Or it might do nothing at all and simply be a container to hold excess magic. But if you detect that the floor in a particular location is charmed, it is probably a trap. Now, can you tell which planks I have set traps on while I've been walking around the room? Try not to get caught!
It takes several minutes of paranoia and a lot of hopping to get out of the classroom safely.
Detect charm. Detect objects which have been enchanted in the caster's current location. That can be useful. Absolutely. Ugh. Oh no. Really? I failed? Can I not? I can't go back again, eh? Oh, that is butts. Okay. Well, how am I going to do this? Because I got the spell. Like, I didn't fail this class, and I used the spell in the next dungeon. And that's how I solved it. Alright, hold on a second. As you can see, I had saved some things. Try not to pay attention to this guy yet. I'm gonna save over here. Okay, I've rolled back too far and can't save. That's fine. I actually didn't... Well, I guess I should save. Cheating. Kind of. Yeah, I'm just gonna reload this. Because I want that white spell. Okay. So, let's just skip through this. Alright, done. Okay, so now I'm gonna save from here. I didn't actually need to save here. Return. Okay, so now we're gonna sleep. Red, green, black, white. Hopefully we'll get everything that we need. Okay, so I learned that spell. I learned that spell. I learned that spell. There we go. Okay, I succeeded. Sorry, I'm just like, but I got this spell and it's so useful. I need it for the next dungeon. Okay, here we go. To progress in white magic, you must learn to perceive the world through your spiritual senses. Tune out the distractions of your eyes and ears and reach out with your minds. Feel the world around you. If you're having trouble, try closing your eyes. Or I can provide you with blindfolds.
So that's why the school had a stock of blindfolds on hand.
Let your mind carry you. Sense the room as it is, and then let your consciousness expand outward.
I calm my thoughts and try to visualize the school in my head. Classrooms and hallways slowly take shape.
Through awareness, you can get a general sense of a location without physically exploring it. If you were ever to awaken in a strange place, lost and disoriented, awareness would give you clues to your environment.
Or if we were to suddenly find ourselves inside a dungeon.
While awareness is useful in detecting a general layout, and might even locate hidden rooms or exits, it is incomplete. Without other spells or senses, you may have no idea what dangers lie in the spaces that you find. Further spells in white or blue magic will help you to identify hazards at a distance.
Awareness expands the caster's mind to visualize nearby locations, marking them known, which is very useful when you have a teleport spell now. So here we go. I report on schedule for my exam. Am I ready?
Now I am.
Alright then. Here we go.
And I immediately freaked out. Oh, this is a different layout than it was the last... I was wondering about that. This dungeon is already a different layout than the last time I was here. Oh well. That'll make it fun, right?
I find myself staring at the bulbous eyes of an unfamiliar creature which is standing back out of reach.
There are no stairs out of this dungeon. The Riparian's goal is to find and claim the silver chalice hidden somewhere in the labyrinth. Your goal is to get there first. Seize the chalice and you pass the test.
As the words fade away, I hear a series of echoing croaks, but I can't make any sense out of them.
Okay. First off... Hello? First off, I'm gonna save over this, because this was a different layout. Okay. Exam. I won't reload that particular one. So I tried to communicate with the frog. I realized that this is the same test where you go up against your fellow classmate in the first game, but now it's a frog. I don't know if he's got a sword or a wand in his hand. But yeah, I tried to communicate with him, but he's too far away, and when I move closer to him, he just runs away from me. So, that's interesting. A boulder. Well, first, I am going to... I'm going to do it by color. Cast awareness. See how he's like... He's gone. So now I've got some options. This is like... This is going to be a fairly big room. It looks like fairly big dungeon. Now I don't... The other one was kind of more linear in a way. So I'm not sure where I should teleport myself. As you can see, he's got like a head start on me. There's like a red thing here. Should I cast Farsight? I'm not sure. How much does Farsight cost me? Only one. Okay. What's here? Okay, there's a switch. Now, that might help my opponent. Last time there was a gate. And I heard him open the gate and I thought, oh, I'm screwed. But then when I tried it again, that exam again, I found the gate, couldn't find the switch, but I found the chalice without going through the gate. So I'm not sure where to go. This room just kind of comes to an end. Maybe I should... I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that was a waste. I meant to cast Farsight. What's here? Okay. No chalice there. See how much further this goes now? Okay, let's... He might get to it before me. There it is. Sweet. Awesome. Okay, so all I have to do is teleport myself there now, which is great. Spellbook, teleport self. So I didn't have to open the gate, which is awesome. And I did cast, like, inspect and stuff. This table resists my inspect spell. And what else? I used my new black one, which is detect charm. And so it says that they're faintly magical, but not exactly charmed. Perhaps it's too subtle for your senses, or perhaps you're imagining things. So all you gotta do is examine the table. A narrow metal stem holds up a circle of pale marble. It looks very sturdy. On top of the marble surface is a gleaming silver cup. And you take the cup.
As my hand contacts the metal, I tense, expecting a magical reaction. Nothing happens. The cabochon jewels do not blaze to life. The silver remains cold and smooth against my skin. Oh, there it goes.
Alright. So as you can see, awareness is very useful. And combine that with some blue magic, and you're golden.
When I can feel my feet again, I am standing in the school quad, and I have to shield my eyes against the sunlight.
Congratulations, Franco! For succeeding in your quest, you receive 5 merits. I hope you enjoyed putting your skills into practice. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another student to look after.
Looks like I'm finished for the day.
And that's as far as I went. And I'm going to stop there, again, because it's basically time, and we'll leave our romantic date with William for next time. So hopefully no more hissing, no more buzzing over my talking, and this sounds a lot better. But next time, going into it fresh. Promise, promise. Alright, until then, guys.